Their average ticket is 5 times the national average.
We're going to help in how they target, how they market, how they reach that target demographic.
What about the investment? Hey there, everybody. Matt and Jennifer back again with another Zor Zoom interview. And today we have lime painting with David. And before I get started, one of the biggest things that stands out about this brand, it's not just another painting brand. Their average ticket is 5 times the national average. What, $20,000 average tickets. So we have to know more. David, do you care to introduce yourself and tell us, a little bit about lime painting?
I would. I am David Luke. I lead the franchise development for Lime Painting. That is why, we are rapidly expanding across the nation. I help in their development sales process, and Lime Painting is one of the true luxury painting franchise concepts in the space. But actually, we're the only one in the space. So we're glad to be here with you today and chatting about lime.
Awesome. Well, so what makes it a luxury painting concept?
I'm glad you asked. Well, it's really how we go to market. So our territories are built out by the top third percentile of homes in a market. So when we go into an area, we know exactly how many homes are over 750 or $1 million in revenue. Franchise owners are going to have at least 6,000 to 9,000 homes in that target range. We're going to help in how they target, how they market, how they reach that target demographic. We are also going to be able to provide better services throughout their home, inside and out. We're able to do all coatings from the garage floor to the gutters of the home. So we're able to offer all kind of different coating surfaces to their home, but we're able to do it with better products, honestly, than anybody else on the market.
So that's one of the things that I wanted to touch on, here, especially at the beginning. We led with the average, ticket job being, over $20,000, which is incredibly impressive. But the wide range of services that you can offer through Lime, I think, is also impressive. You touched on a couple there, but can we just dive a little bit deeper into the number of different services that you offer and kind of what those are?
Yeah, most people just think painting, right? Our name is Lime Painting. That stands for love, integrity, mission, excellence, by the way. So most people just go to painting, painting a brick or wood or whatever, but we have 40 different type coatings on the exterior of the home that can be applied, stucco, wood, brick, but it starts from the garage floor. We can do garage coatings. We can do direct to metal coatings as well. So any of their metal surfaces we can coat as well. It can be, resealing the windows, retreating the doors. It can be, recoating the doors of the home. Anything that's exposed to the wind, the sun, the rain, we can treat. That even goes to gutters. That's also patio construction. That's also, any surface outside of the home, and of course the interior surfaces, interior painting wise as well. So most
Go ahead. Go ahead.
most of our customers are not just one line item thing, just the exterior of the home. They're usually getting 7 to 10 line items. Now, granted, we teach that. That is part of our sales training, that we actually coach our franchise owners and our field reps to basically sell on that principle, that there's multiple different things that they can do to the home, exterior and interior of the home, to really increase the value of that home. So we're doing more of a value proposition when it comes to lime painting.
Okay. And then is it B2B also, or are you only dealing with residential?
It can be. Everybody likes to jump to that, but in reality, when it's B2B, there's longer time on cash flow. So we focus on residential, and yet a third of what we do is going to be commercial. That's going to be your larger condo units, your apartment complexes, that kind of thing. Your schools, your churches, we can do all that as well. So a third are commercial, and yet with a commercial job, you're usually on the job longer. You've got a 30-day waiting period on payment. So we want to have residential for a cash flow for the owner, and we want to mix that with commercial as well.
And so do you suggest to your owners to wait 12 months or 18 months before they launch into commercial, or do they launch commercial day one?
Okay. They can start commercial day one, but from a cash flow perspective, we want to make sure that they don't miss out on residential, just because, the average residential job is going to be a week. So they're on the job, they get paid. You know, there's not a 30-day waiting period, and cash flow is going to be an issue for that first year business owner.
And then how many employees? That's another thing I love about this model. How many employees do you need for this? Yep, zero.
Zero. Yeah, it's a 1099 model. So we do use subcontractors. Any market, they're going to be subcontracting painters in the market. And then we establish our training to classify them as artisans. So we're getting the best painters in the market from, you know, Sherwin-Williams, Benjamin Moore, whatever. They're going to actually help us source those contractors. Our vendors are going to help us source those contractors. With that, because we come in and say, look, your average ticket is going to be $4,000. We know it. We're going to help you achieve $20,000 jobs, higher ticket for you guys, for the crews, so you can stay on the job and make more money on that job. So recruiting is actually a very easy part because of our past track record with 1099.
And then the retention, they stay with them, right? Because it's so consistent and bigger tickets.
That's
Okay.
right.
No inventory, right?
That's
No
right.
brick and mortar needed,
That's
no
right.
employees. How many, tell us, so that you said the size of the territory was how many high-end homes?
It's going to be at least a minimum of 6,000 homes in that $750 to $1 million usually. You know, it depends on the market. If it's Naperville, it's going to be higher than $1 million. If it's Orange County, California, it's going to be higher than $1 million. But we target those higher net worth homes in the area.
What about the investment?
Investment, you're looking at about 150,000 franchise fee, startup capital needed, working capital needed for the business. 150,000 is what we want you to have kind of set aside. Can it be financed? For sure.
Is that for an owner operator, or do you have more requirements for if they want to do this semi-passively with a general manager?
Same. I mean, I would budget probably another 50,000 for a general manager. You're going to be paying that, maybe, you know, and I'd love to say it's the dream, right? You're going to find the first general manager right out of the gates, and they're going to be amazing. They're going to know everybody in the community, and that's not always the case. Historically, you're going to go through at least 2 of those people to start the business. So you need a budget for that. Your first hire, granted, we're going to hope for the best. That first hire is amazing for your general manager. But no, we want everybody to know, to have that expectation that you may have to rehire that person, and that's okay. Not the end of the world.
So, and I know you said, you know, to get started, you know, if you're going to be an owner operator, you don't need a single employee, right? 2 employees.
That's right.
But at some point, as you're building and growing, I'm assuming you've got to have like a project manager or a salesperson. So talk to us a little bit, just kind of what that org chart looks like as you start to scale the business.
You do. Yeah. Our largest owner is in 3 states currently. So he does have a general manager that oversees, actually 2 general managers that oversees his crews in 2 different states, while he remains in 1 state, of course. And you'll see in our item 19, he's right at about 3 million in revenue for that. So he is more of a semi-absentee owner for sure, can validate to that. So, and he's got 2 general managers who are running the day-to-day of those businesses in those states.
Another big thing is lead generation. So, you know, obviously, you know, for anybody that's watching this, it's looking at starting a new business, where is this revenue? Where are these customers coming from? So can you talk to us a little bit about that?
I would love to tell you that you can just sit back and forget it and let our marketing do the work and everything's going to be coming online. It will not. It will not. It will not. It will not. I cannot stress that enough.
I love your honesty.
Yep.
You're looking for somebody to build relationships in construction, in painting, in the trades. You have to build relationships, either you, the owner, or the general manager. If you don't want to build relationships in your community, in the constructions trade, don't do this. If you are good at building relationships, let's talk apartment complexes, condo units, HOAs, for sure, realtors, contractors. Yes, we all day long. If you build those relationships and you let them know this is where we're targeting your high net worth individuals, your high net worth homes, you have to build those relationships. Lime is not the right fit if you do not want to do that.
No, that's great to know. And to Jennifer's point, you know, it's
you
great
will,
to hear
you will hear
honesty.
from me what you're going to hear from every owner. So we're not up here to tell you something that you're not going to hear from every single owner when you get to talk to those owners.
Now, does digital and social media bring in folks? But
it does.
But you need both. And, you know, even for that commercial business, it's going to be more of the relationship building too.
I call it, I mean, painting has a recurring revenue aspect to it. The recurring revenue referral partners. Your referral partners is where your recurring revenue is coming from. Your contractors, your realtors, your HOAs. That's where we want you to build that business on this recurring revenue, because you built that relationship. When they hear another, you're getting referrals to those customers.
Gotcha. Well, the other thing that we didn't mention is support wise, the design. So some of these higher end jobs, I'm sure, have a lot of design that maybe we're not good at design. So the corporate team also helps with all of that, right?
We do. Yeah. From the corporate level, we actually help with the proposals. We help with pricing out the jobs, what's needed in the home from literally the pictures we see. So we have a proposal team in the home office that actually does that for the franchise owner. So do they have to have experience in painting and coatings and constructions? Absolutely not. They do not. No, most of our owners do not. They're software or whatever sales. That's normally where our owners come from. They don't have an experience in that. So we provide that.
And to that point, to expand a little bit, is there an avatar you're looking for? Who is that owner? What do they look like?
I mean, I wouldn't say male or female. I would say 35 to 45 years old. I would say sales background. I would say wants, a relationship builder. That is still going to be a key. Relationship builders are what our successful owners look like. They're not afraid to meet people. They want to be outside. They want to build do they want to paint? No. Do they, love construction? They don't have to. They have to want to build relationships. That's what we're looking for. So a connect.
I was going to say, to me, it's coming across as that's the number one thing. Really doesn't matter about anything else in their background. It's if you're a relationship builder, or already have a bunch of relationships in your community, then this brand could be a really good fit.
I do want to kind of bring out the values. There is a reason, and you see it on the screen, Franchise Owner of the Year, multiple awards. Most of our awards are for culture and values. We are a values-driven company. Our owners are going to resonate with that. Nick Lopez, our founder, the values, very high integrity. We are dead set on that. We have about 30 owners. We have 9 support staff for those 30 owners. So when it comes to support, putting our money where our mouth is, actually supporting these franchises to make sure they're profitable, we do that. It's not just 3 people behind a computer and 100 units out there. We don't believe that's responsible. We don't think that's built with integrity. So that is how we're building this organization, is, with integrity, with support. We are there to make sure these franchises are profitable and happy. Our support staff is second to none. That's why we do win, Franchisee of the Year, Franchise Owner of the Year. We've won that multiple times. It is because of the success and growth of our franchise owners at the local level. And we're terribly proud of that.
Awesome.
You should be.
Well, we certainly appreciate you taking the time here. And for those of you looking or listening, if you want to hear more about the opportunity to have a average job size of $20,000, shoot me a text at 270-215-2844. We'll get with David and the team at Lime. Check to make sure your territory is available and go through those next steps.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Appreciate it. Thanks.